News announcements for Germany this morning. So a lot came out, trade balance news, lots of Canadian news coming out, employment change, participation rate, and employment part-time, full-time changes, etc. However, lots of news. Non-farm payrolls, of course, is the biggest one today. Non-farm payrolls, we've got the unemployment rate, you've got the private sector non-farm payrolls, you've got the government payrolls coming out. All of these numbers are coming out today, and it's always quite exciting for the markets indeed. However, coming over to the main one, non-farm payrolls. So previous 366k in change, and we had a prediction of around 500k in changes. However, the markets were the results were very far from that indeed. So quite a big difference there in what was expected, let alone it being smaller than the previous month. So quite strange. And it's shone through into the markets. So let's take a look over here. So gold has shot up today. I mean, there was an amazing buy signal there on the MTX this morning. If you managed to hold it the whole day, it would have actually gained around $19 by now. So huge rise there in the markets. Also, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, huge spike as we come over. FTSE has had quite a huge spike since there as well. DAX has been mirroring the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq had this kind of drop down, spike up, drop down, spike up, and then trickling down now. Exactly sort of more or less what's going to happen here in the DAX. If we go to the 1 minute, we can see that clearly. Pretty much exactly the same thing, except the DAX has held its line there at the top, and the Nasdaq has started to droop down a little bit further. So that is the story. Dow Jones, exactly the same as the DAX there. And if we go over to Bitcoin, so Bitcoin today, wow, huge spike all the way up to 56k. And now we're just back down to the 54 and a half. So huge spike up this morning, and now we've got a bit of a retracement back down through the top towards these spikes, previous top outs. So 1 and 2, double top kind of feature there, and now we're back at that same zone. So maybe we'll see a rise. We came very close this morning. There, not far away at all, around $8,000 away from the all-time high. So you got the 60k and the 40 and the 64k, which is the all-time high there in Bitcoin. So as we come over, I did make a video of this earlier at the non-farm payrolls about 5 minutes before. I did close the hedge order. So the hedge, which was yesterday, closed it there with a small profit there of 600, increasing the balance up to just above 19k. And now we've replaced another pending hedge. And as you can see, the market did come all the way up. We're coming ever closer to getting out of this hedge position. Up here, we was at around 14k on the equity. So a couple more, 3k after that, and we're 2k after that, and we're definitely in on the money. So let's see what goes on. Ultimately, we want to try and aim for this 15.2 if possible. However, I'm quite happy to just let the market sort of, as long as we can get over this big number in this afternoon session, I'm going to be very happy. Just want to sort of get this pending hedge sort of 100 points up is the goal. If we can do that, then amazing, as we would have then reduced the hedge a little bit more, increased the equity a little bit more, and it's just these small steps that are going to enable us to reach those big wins. So after this, we will be using a new account from next week as well. So there will be a new company account from Traders Club, and they want to start trading with. They want me to start trading with that now. So we're gonna have to sort of switch between the two. However, We'll wait and see what happens in the Nasdaq this afternoon. We've got around 7 minutes until the opening, so let's go and see what kind of setups we can get. Yes, indeed, Ronald, it's a bit difficult. However, let's go in. I'm gonna say this vola box here at the top. I want to be optimistic that the market's coming up. Dow Jones, big number. It's going to be the next one. Gold, there's no vola boxes available for us at the moment. However, we do have this line. So if we come out, let's see what that line represents. We drew it out quite a while ago. Support resistance zone. Why don't we go in again? And why don't we set that up? Ah, it's there. Oh, we're at that line already. Okay. So we're going to set that. So there it is, support resistance here, and then we've got another line just there at the top. And then we're on our way to the big number. So that's 3 trades set. 3 trades set so far. We've got the vola box in the Nasdaq. We've got the big number in the Dow Jones. We've got a support, sort of a freestyle trade here in gold. And what we'll do, we'll wait for this market to make its move before we place another order, but that's the 3 pending orders which we're going to set for this afternoon session. Ultimately, I want to keep a closer eye on the Nasdaq, of course. Goes without saying, it's the more interesting or the most important one that we want to be keeping an eye on. So how long have we got left? We've got around 3 minutes. So let's have a look. Let's wait and see. So how is everyone else getting on in the live room anyway? Everyone had a good morning so far? Good movement? After what Ronald said, I doubt it. Let's go have a look at the DAX quick. Oh, not that great. Not that great. Okay, so here we go. Pre-market volatility coming through, coming up to the 2 minutes beforehand. And we have our trades open in the Dow Jones. So we've got second trade long. Gold is in the first trade long also. And let's see. I'm wondering how volatile it's going to be this morning. So back to the short position there. Getting some coming down into the last minute now. Do we have any more news? No, nothing else. So it'll be amazing to end the week on a high here. Yeah, ultimately, we can even close it when it's at the 15, when the equity is back at 15, and just write off last month as a break-even month. And for that, we're not far at all. We're about 1,400 away. And here we go, last 20 seconds. Take a look at gold, still in the second trade short. Dow Jones struggling to break that big number. And 10 seconds on the clock. There it goes. 3, 2, and 1. Take a look there at gold's coming down. Dow Jones back to the top. Just extend that up towards the top there in preparation. Oh. I'm just going to close this follow box here. If we do come down, I'll take the next. And there we go. Let's take this follow box. Take a look at gold in the second trade. And what I want to do here, let's see where those open and closes were. Dow Jones coming back up towards a big number now for a retest. And let's get a look here on the Nasdaq. So break this line. There we go. Let's take a look and see where the next. Okay, we'll keep that one there. So Dow Jones in trade number 6, currently long. See if we can get a boost up towards the next big number here. Very, very choppy indeed around this big number. Gold still in trade number 2. And we can get a manual close on this anywhere between the dotted line and the adjusted take profit. There it comes, almost into the vola box. We can close it inside the vola box and then reactivate that same vola box here. And there we go. And there we are, just broken past that big number and daily pivot in. Unfortunately, we've now broken that support zone there on the Nasdaq. I was hoping it wouldn't happen. But there we are, going back into our hedge position. There we are, back in. And we almost hit the take profit there in the Nasdaq, in Dow Jones, sorry. And then what we can do here, we can set up this big number. Just have a look here. 5 trades. So it looks like this will be one for next week. So there that one goes. Let's activate that big number again. Vola box, sorry. And Dow Jones is dropping pretty hard. We have entry into our next vola box in the Nasdaq. There it is, activated. And now what we want to do, we want to bring this up and I want to see exactly where we can aim for in the market. So either one of those big numbers is going to be the goal here. Whoops. And Dow Jones coming back up to trade number 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this hedge order out, and then I'm going to re-enter it just there, just underneath. And there it is. So reason for that being, if you take a look here, we've got kind of a flat line here acting as a support zone. So we can see it continuously bumping down. This was where the vola box was, indicating that there's an area of support that we could be bouncing back up from that zone. And if we go over to the power tools, also in the power tools, we have a big green box here indicating this is all support zone. And then, yeah, once we take a look at that and everything sort of confers, we've got a sharp drop here, and usually we're going to be expecting some kind of retracement from a movement like this. With the support zone there, it's either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to retrace or it's going to continue to drop straight through. So we'll take that option of it retracing back up above the big number. Okay, so that's Dow Jones is closed. Let's activate that big vola box, sorry. So the 5 trades closed, 0.25%. And then we go again in the Dow Jones up. And here we come above that big number now. And the further and further that we're going to be moving up with the market, we can then now use this break-even point inside the Swiss box, where we can now put in there 2% on that break-even. And now we've locked in that 2%. And then as the market moves further and further away, we can then extend this up further and further and adjust that break-even point. And then as the market comes up, up, and up, we can see the percentage here in profit, which that trade is. And the further it goes up, we can then just adjust this now to the 3, turn that on. And as it goes up, there we go. As it goes up above the 5, then we'll change this one to 4. If it breaks past this vola box here, the buy line on the vola box. And there we are out of the Dow Jones trade again. So let's activate that big number. And then as we wait for this, we're coming into the 5 now, inside the box. Small retracement. Inside the box, hopefully we'll break up above. It looks like it's gonna close. It's gonna hit our break-even point. There's Dow Jones coming down. So gold trade also closed there. Nice retracement or pushback from that support resistance zone, which we mapped out. And there comes our break even is about to be triggered. So remember, keep an eye on the equity. Once that reaches anywhere over 16, we'll close everything. But Volabox, 6 trades closed, 63 euros 91 cents, 0.33%. And there, that one should have closed now. So it's coming down to the break-even point very, very quick. And there it goes. So that one's closed as well now. As you know, we have to re-input those settings. I could go for this once again. And do the same thing. So just go for a normal trade now. And then we've got the Volabox available to us just here. So some very, very good movement so far. Oh, oh, so there we go. Third trade in. Very quickly there on the Dow Jones. But extremely good since the opening. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 8. Okay. Yeah, that's because we adjusted the functions on the Swiss box there. But yes, very, very nice so far. Okay. And there comes the Nasdaq in. I'm going to go for a similar stance as we did just earlier from the same zone. I'm going to do the same thing, put it back up, break even. We'll change that down to the 2. If we make it over that big number once again, then we can change it. Dow Jones also there. So there we come up. See if we can make it above the big. 14,900. So what we'll do, we'll just turn this on as soon as it reaches above. Check out the 1-minute chart here. Is it going to come back up? Okay, so very close. So maybe we can just get a close on this. Yeah, we'll get a close on that. And what we'll do, we'll just place a normal trade at that big number once again. And now it's going to jump over it. There you go. Should have held out a bit longer. Should have, could have, would have is the saying. However, doing very well, 10 trades. Huge gains. Okay, that's Dow Jones is out. Very quick. And we're out of that big number trade also. Very, very quick. So now the account balance is just below the 20. The actual hedge trade is now back at 6. However, we was very close. I mean, if we can get anywhere between these two big numbers and get that down to 5, I'm quite happy to take that 5. How is everyone else getting on in the live room? Everyone getting on well? I hope everyone through the live stream channels is doing well. Okay, let's have a look. So Ronald doing well, nice. So third trade short in the Dow Jones. Let's see what else is going on. Hoping we're not going to have a downward trend. I don't want to hedge my position here. I mean, we've managed to increase that equity ever so slightly. What we really need is back up to this line, and we can get a hedge trade there. So let's take a look over here. Dow Jones seems like it's screaming. I don't think we're going to have a chance to extend that before it hits. Not really that much extra in it for us. See if we can make it over that big number first. As I said, I want to move this pending hedge ultimately above this big number to sort of secure a 14K hedge would be optimal. However, let's wait and see what's going on. Here comes the Dow Jones. We'll unlock that and we can close it as it comes up. Bitcoin still dropping. Here it comes. So there goes the Dow Jones. We'll close this one now. A little bit extra profit there. So it's a difficult one for us today on this Nasdaq. Dow Jones seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, if we hit this hedge, the pending hedge, it's going to put us in exactly the same position as we was at the beginning of the day. We have increased the equity by I can tell you here 1,300 on the equity so far. So it's made a difference, and I mean, on the balance, we've increased it by 1,300. However, we're not doing so well on this hedge release at the moment. It's good that we've made a lot up on the balance, so it's going to cover our tracks if we do go into this pending hedge. However, what I would like to see, I would like to reduce the hedge as well as increasing on the equity. And then we've got two things working together to reduce the hedge at the same time. So we're going to be reducing the hedge manually as you would like normal. And then plus we've got the balance increasing as well. So we're reducing the minus constantly and then increasing on the balance, which is where we want to be, heading really. So there we are back in. So back onto that support there. So the triple bottom. This could be the moment that it sinks. Take a look at Dow Jones. Dow Jones back off of the daily pivot. I'm not sure. So I'll be back in just a moment. And we are back. So lucky we didn't hit that that pending hedge, but we did get out of that trade. 14 trades. I hope that the rest of you are also getting some good trades in. Check out gold here on the MT. Nothing much going on. So back again, guys. So for all of the people currently watching through the live stream channels, that is going to be it from us this week. For everyone in the live trading room, I'm going to leave it open, and so you can keep an eye on it and see what's going on. However, for everyone currently watching through the live streams, yeah, you have to join back in on Monday morning to see exactly what happened. I told you the plan already. We want to try and get this overall minus, or we want to bring that equity to around 16. So we've got about 2K left to go. As I said, if we can get it up to that 15K, then we've smashed it and we've managed to pull it through. So we're above that. We're above that big number. So it's just a case of us waiting for that big number to close, for the market to continue moving up, and then I'm quite happy to actually move that the pending hedge trade above the big number ultimately. But we definitely want to get some more height on this market. We'll use the pending hedge. I'll probably close it or leave it open, depends on how I'm feeling at the time. But yeah, for everyone in the live stream channels, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.